This hour of the Dave Ramsey Show is brought to you by our Real Estate ELP program. If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, look no further than the agents I trust to put your needs first. Find your endorsed local provider at daveramsey.com/try-an-ELP. From the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's the Dave Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. You jump in. We'll talk about your life and your money. It's a free call at 888-825-5225. That's 888-825-5225. Ladies, if you want to talk business, the creator of Business Boutique joins me this half hour. Christy Wright is with us. The phone number, if you want to talk, you jump in. Kelly, clear some lines off for these ladies that want to talk business. The phone number is 888-825-5225. Business Boutique, a woman's guide for making money doing what she loves. Welcome back, Christy.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Well, for those of you out there listening, some of you know this, but to remind all of you, countdown week.
Yes.
1 week from today.
We'll be in New York launching it.
Published book. Business Boutique will hit the streets.
I can't believe it.
It's here.
I can't believe it.
It's here. Preston Cannon, the Vice President of Publishing, was doing an announcement this morning. He said, yeah, Christy said 2 babies this year. One was flesh and blood and one was ink and paper.
That's right. That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's about what it's like having putting a book out, especially your first one. There's a lot of excitement with it, and we're all really excited around here, all of us at Ramsey Solutions, and there's a team effort for, to put a book out and to do it properly the way we do it anyway. It's a 2-year process that we started, and it culminates Monday.
Well, it is, and it's amazing because, Dave, you've been hearing calls on the radio for years of people saying, I want to go home, I don't like my job, or I want to work from home, I want to have more flexibility with my kids, or maybe I just want to earn extra money on the side to, pay off my debt snowball faster. And so there's a lot of different motivations that have led to this kind of side gig generation, this Etsy generation, where you're able to create a side or small business from home really easily. But you need a plan because the business side of things can be overwhelming and you have a lot of questions about taxes or marketing or competition and that type of thing. And so I think as a team, and you've certainly led the charge, we're so excited because we see the need. We see that this is really a need out there that people need help with, and this is the solution for it. We're ready for it.
Well, and truthfully, those of us, most of us around here are teachers at heart, right, in one way or another. You're a teacher at heart. I'm a teacher at heart. And there's nothing more rewarding for a teacher than to give a student a piece of information and they use it to explode their life in a good way. They go home and they, these stories that are already coming in from you having done these Business Boutique events now for a couple of years. I've done a couple of them with you, and you and I have been doing these Business Boutique one-day events. And the proof is in the pudding already. I mean, we're already seeing these ladies, hearing these stories back, and that gets us fired up around here. When we say, okay, here's you do this, and they go, well, I didn't think I could, but going to Business Boutique, I figured I can do it, and I knew the steps, and it made me gave me the confidence, and I went and I made this, and I was making $500 a month, and now I'm making $20,000 a month. Right. And we've heard these kind of stories.
Right, and it's interesting because it doesn't just change your business; it changes your whole life. It changes everything. And 2 years ago, this business, this little Business Boutique, this brand didn't even exist. And now, as you're saying, we're seeing these stories and these testimonials come in where you're like, wow, this is proven. But that's also kind of our why. That's what really drives us, where not only do we have the book, but we're putting out a podcast. We've got the events. We've got all these different things to help these women because we're seeing not only how much it's needed, but what a difference it can make in changing their business and their lives. And so we're running hard and fast to help them because we know that it matters.
When the show is over today, Christy Wright and Chris Hogan and I will leave to head to Los Angeles because tomorrow in Los Angeles, we're doing the Entree Leadership one-day event, the three of us together. If you want tickets to that, you can still get tickets, Los Angeles. It is April the 11th. It's going to be in the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. All three of us will be there, Christy and Chris Hogan, and I will be doing this. And if you want tickets, just go to daveramsey.com or entreeleadership.com or call customer care, 888-22-PEACE. And then when we finish tomorrow, you are heading back this direction to do a speaking engagement, right?
I'm heading actually to Texas because my husband, my very supportive husband through all of this, he has a grand opening of his building. So I'll be heading to Texas.
That's what it is. That's
to support him in his grand opening. And then we both head back to Nashville to repack and then head out on Sunday for New York.
Here we go. Because,
That's right.
2-3 weeks of just taking off and going crazy. So very cool stuff. So folks, if you're going to buy the Business Boutique book, and a lot of people are buying it because they want the information, a lot of other people are buying the book for their mom, their sister, their girlfriend, their friend, and saying, you've had this thing you've been dinking and dunking around with, but it really should be a business and you need to go for it. And you're going to hand them the book and say, I believe in you. And when you hand a book like this to someone, like this, that's what it says. It says, I believe in you. So A Woman's Guide for Making Money Doing What She Loves. The book is called Business Boutique. It's streets, meaning it'll be on the street, on the shelves, and in your mailboxes Monday and Tuesday of next week. And it's $19, $19.99, $20 book, right? But if you pre-purchase it, and you can still pre-purchase it up until Sunday evening, and we'll cut all of that off at that point, you get $60 worth of free items. And $60 worth of items, including the book, the $20 book. You get the audio digital book as read by the author herself. And, of course, you get the e-book. And immediately, which is, you're almost immediately here anyway. We're going to be shipping the book to you Monday, so you'll just be getting all of it at once probably. You'll get the PDF and the video of Christy teaching a marketing lesson. All of that, $60 worth of stuff, and you can get all of it at businessboutique.com, DaveRamsey.com. Jump into our store and get it. If you buy the book somewhere else on a pre-order, come to our site and fill out the stuff with your proof of purchase, and we'll still give you the free stuff. So if you order it at Amazon right now, or, you're on Amazon Prime, so you just want to click instead of jumping over and filling out the stuff. I got it. Do it. Click it. But jump over to our site then. You still got to fill out the stuff because you want the free stuff, and we're the only place you get the free stuff. We'll honor your purchase, though, if you buy it at barnesandnoble.com, booksamillion.com, anywhere you buy the book pre-sale. So just bring us your proof of purchase and at our website, and we'll take care of you. The very fun stuff. So as you've gone through this process, you're a lady in business. What have you learned about venturing out and doing something outside your comfort zone that would transfer to some other lady who's thinking about opening a business? Because you've processed these exact same emotions. Putting yourself out there is like somebody might think that your cover's ugly. Somebody might not like something you said. As a matter of fact, if we sell enough books, you can pretty well count on that.
Right, exactly. Well, it's the same feeling of walking on stage or putting on a microphone or standing in front of a camera. There's something vulnerable about putting yourself out there, and the same is true in business when you try to launch your product or you want someone to buy your services. And
how'd you get through that?
It can feel very vulnerable. For me, I'll tell you, one of the things that I have, I guess, kind of always practiced in my life is I would rather try and fail than not try at all. So I'm like, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to give it a shot, see what happens. And if I fall down, of course, it's embarrassing, but you never get anywhere unless you try. And so just realizing that fear is normal, I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm going to talk. You can talk yourself out of it, but I choose to talk myself into it, which it takes some talking into sometimes backstage. But you just do. You talk yourself. You walk out there on the stage. You do it anyway, even though you're scared.
Yeah. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
You don't get to the end of your life and say, I wish, I shoulda, I coulda.
You learn the most by doing, so get out there, get moving.
Yeah, it's just an experiment. You're
Absolutely.
You're going to fail partially at least.
Right.
We
all do. Everyone does.
Correct a little. Expect that.
Right.
Business Boutique. The creator is with me, Christy Wright. Your questions after the break on The Dave Ramsey Show. Selling your home can be stressful, especially if you don't know the keys to getting it sold quickly and for top dollar. The free real estate guides on DaveRamsey.com/guides will help you take the stress out of your home sale. Go to DaveRamsey.com/guides or text Wright Listing to 44222 to download our free home selling guides. Wright Listing, one word, no spaces, to 44222. Get started on a smart selling strategy for your home. Rachel came around the Ramsey house around Christmas time and started telling us another Ramsey baby's on the way, another Cruz baby's on the way. So we have another grandbaby will be here in July. And, you know, when you're having a baby like that, you have a due date. Well, the due date on this book, Business Boutique, is 1 week from today. So we're a little bit excited around here. A Woman's Guide for Making Money Doing What She Loves. The creator joins me, Christy Wright. She and I and Chris Hogan will be heading to Los Angeles this afternoon because we're doing an Entree Leadership one-day event. There tomorrow all day. If you want tickets, you can still come, Los Angeles. The phone number is 888-22-piece to get tickets, 888-227-3223. And we'll also be doing those in Dallas and in Chicago later in the year here, down in May. That'll be actually after Christy's book tour is done. We'll put her back out on the road again and do those. And so let's jump in and see some questions for Christy. Suzette is with us in Cincinnati, Ohio. Hi, Suzette. How are you?
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's your question for Christy?
Okay, so I have an LLC. It's actually taxed as a partnership. It's just an LLC with the state. And so I was told, or I heard, and I don't know if that's accurate or not, that just kind of taking, an owner's pay could be like a red flag for the IRS. So I was wondering if it's best to just kind of convert it to like an S corp so I could pay like Social Security and all of that.
You got bad information.
Okay.
Taking owner's pay, you do pay Social Security on because any profit the LLC has lands on your personal tax return as income, okay. And the portion that comes out of the LLC is subject to self-employment tax, and so you pay what we would say both sides of FICA. Right? So you got a whole 15.3, and so all taxes are due either way, whether it's a sub-S or whether it's an LLC. It doesn't matter. And taking owner's pay from an LLC is all an LLC can do. Every single LLC in America does that, unless they leave all their money in there, which would be very, very, very unusual. They take their money out. And so that would mean the IRS is red flagging every LLC. So somebody just is full of crap that's talking in your ear.
Okay, so as an LLC, I am already paying Social Security.
You should be paying both sides of FICA, yes.
Yeah, because I kind of get concerned, with retirement. I'm saving for retirement and all of that. But
well, don't count on Social Security for retirement to start with.
I know. I'm just, But anyway, thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for calling in. Christy, this LLC thing comes up a lot, and I think it ties back to all of us have a little bit of fear.
Right.
About being sued, or when we're starting our business, we have a lot of fears, but one of them is we're afraid we're going to get sued.
Right. It's that, but there's so many fears around what the women call the legal side of things. The do I need a business license, and what is the difference between sole proprietor or an LLC or S corp, C corp, all these questions, and that's the reason that we talk about this with the endorsed local provider, but we really encourage people to have a trusted tax pro to walk you through all the technicalities. Now, I'll certainly touch on this in the Business Boutique book. We talk about the different types of business, the different types of insurances that might interest you, the pros and cons of each and that type of thing. But the truth is, the fact that they don't know about this aspect of the business is what creates that fear. It's the fear of the unknown, the fear of being unqualified, the fear of I can't do it. But you and I both know the reality is the majority of your time running a business is spent running the business. It's helping customers. It's making your products, providing your services, doing the fun stuff. You need to know this stuff, but this shouldn't by any means keep you from winning in business.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the problem is, I think this legal stuff, it's all legal stuff, really, not just this legal stuff.
Right, exactly.
It's like everybody with a cup of coffee's got an opinion.
Right, that's true.
They're all freaking lawyers.
Right.
And, or they're tax professionals or whatever. And, truthfully, folks, if you're running a business or you're thinking about running a small business, lady or man, somebody standing around with a cup of coffee with an opinion about taxes or law, most of the time, it's the opposite of what they're saying.
Right, yeah.
Most of the time, they're just wrong. And you need to go see a pro.
Right.
I don't do my own taxes. I sat with our tax guy the other day and filled out everything, got all the stuff signed off on. It was crazy. And I don't do my own estate planning. I don't do my own risk management. I've got theories and ideas and concepts around it, but I don't implement that stuff. I have a legal team that does that. And you need to have a legal team when you have a lawyer that you can call, have a tax person that you can call, like an ELP, just like you just suggested, to run a small business.
Well, and there's, like you said, there's so much fear around this because they don't know what the right advice is, what the right answer is. And so it makes them get paralyzed and just want to stop. One of the questions I was telling you a second ago, I get asked all the time, should I be an LLC because I have a high liability business? And I'm like, well, what's your business? They're like, I sew hair bows. I'm like, how is that high liability? Like, you got hair bows. And so you just hear this fear in their voice of, I shouldn't do this. They've either gotten bad advice or it's just the fear of the unknown. But the reality is, if you get help, if you have a trusted tax pro, if you have people in your corner, certainly, like I said, we touch on this in the books, you've got the help around you to backfill where you're weak, then you can do more of what you love and less of what you don't. Let the pros stay in their area of expertise.
Yeah, and the way to get rid of fear is simply knowledge. And so anytime you're hiring a quote-unquote expert, not somebody with a cup of coffee, but a quote-unquote expert, they need to have the heart of a teacher, like we talk about on the investment side. And so I don't do risk management things because some lawyer said to. I do them because he or she explains to me what I should do, and I understand it, and I go, oh, I think I will do that. Or no, I don't think that's for me.
Right.
But I learn from them. That's what they're there for, to teach me. And if they come in with their glasses on the end of their nose and have an attitude, they get fired.
Right.
And I get someone that has the heart of a teacher in the professional world. All right, Lois is with us in Portland, Oregon. Hi, Lois. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show. Your question for Christy Wright.
Well, thank you for taking my call. My question is, Christy, how do you prevent burnout with a passion that you love? Like, I love sewing, and I want to start a small business, but I don't want to experience burnout and lose that love of sewing.
Lois, it's so interesting you asked that, because a few years ago when I was doing research, I asked women one particular question. I said, what is success for you? How do you know you've been successful? Is it revenue or units sold or customer served, et cetera? And almost every single one of them said what you just said. They said, it's the fact that I love it. The moment I don't love it, I don't want to do it anymore. And so I love to hear your heart that this is something you care deeply about. I think one of the things that you can do on the front end is just set yourself up for success. So the more time you can spend in your sweet spot doing what you love, the more fun you're going to have. I don't know about you, but when I'm doing what I love, it actually gives me energy. I don't burn out. Now, that's not to say you don't get tired, but it's that good kind of tired where you can't wait to wake up and do the whole thing again. But of course, in running a business, there's going to be aspects that you don't love. It's what we're talking about right now, taxes and the legal side of things, and maybe just things that aren't your strengths. And so I would just encourage you to find ways to backfill for your weaknesses and spend more time in your strengths. And as you do that, those things should give you energy. But of course, if you're coming up on a season where it's been startup mode and you're crazy, take a break, take your foot off the gas. This is your business, and you can pace yourself exactly how you want to. You can shape it any way you want to.
Lois, I would add to that, there's a couple things I run into with me. I've been doing what I do a long time, and I still love it. But when I feel like I'm burned out, sometimes all that means is I'm tired. Like we're heading out book tour time, right? And we're going to, all of us, come home pretty tired. And if we did that in perpetuation, we would burn out doing what we love, because you're doing so much of it that you physically, emotionally, spiritually are drained. You drain your tank. So you have to pause and refill the tank on the ebb and flow of life. And for me, that involves making sure I'm in church on Sunday, and that I'm doing something else away from business to refill my tank emotionally, recreate, and do that kind of a thing. Go for a run, whatever it is for you. Make sure you're doing that. The second thing is, sometimes when I'm burned out, it's not that I'm burned out on what I'm doing, it's who I'm doing it with.
That's good.
And, I've had people that they let their customers, their high-maintenance customers, steal their joy instead of firing their high-maintenance customers. And just, if you got one lady that you just wished you didn't sew because of her, then it's not that you don't wish you didn't sew, it's you wish you didn't have her.
Right. Get rid of her.
But you misdirected it, and she needs a good firing.
90% of your time is spent with your 10 craziest customers.
Yeah, give them your competitor's business card and say, I got somebody that can help you, and move off in that direction. Christy, I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Here we go. Here we go. A week from today, people. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. You probably just got that reminder in the mail in the form of a maintenance fee. And yes, you still own that timeshare. And yes, the maintenance fee is increased again. Last year, the average maintenance fee was $920. That's ridiculous. If you're tired of paying for a timeshare that you're not using or can't use, visit Timeshare Exit Team. They'll get you out safely, legitimately, and forever, or you get every penny back. TimeshareExitTeam.com. In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Joseph and Lisa are with us. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey, Dave, we're good.
Welcome. Where y'all from?
Mesa, Arizona.
Ah, the Phoenix area.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. We love Phoenix. Phoenix has been good to us. Welcome. So you're here to do your debt-free scream.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Love it. How much have you paid off?
$58,500.
Good for you. And how long did that take?
About 4 years to the day.
4 years. And your range of income?
Started out about $36,000 for the first 2.5 years, and then topped out about $95,000 the last year and a half.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
Job change.
Big job change.
Yeah.
Big job change. So what are you doing now?
I work for Level 3 Communications. I do networking.
Yeah, absolutely. And what'd you do before?
Teaching.
Oh, okay. What inspired the job change?
Mostly finances. Mostly in that realm would be health insurance. We couldn't afford the family plan even through the school. It was more than our mortgage.
Yeah.
So we said, something's got to change if we're going to be covered. And so we looked for a job change, and it's a significant one. And we put in a lot of overtime and really bore down on our budget and said, let's get this house paid off.
Wow. And you paid off your home?
Yeah, that was our home.
Yeah, just
Only
house.
$59,000. What in the world? In Phoenix. No, wait a minute. What's this house worth?
It's rough to say. There's a house for sale across the street for about $190 right now. We paid $77 for ours about 4 years ago.
Yeah. But, I mean, you think it's probably worth $200?
That'd probably be pushing it. It's got one bathroom.
Yeah.
A little cramped.
Okay. Very cool. Good for you guys. How fun. Excellent. So life has really changed a lot in the last 4 years then. How long have y'all been married?
7.
7 years.
7 years. Okay. So what happened 4 years ago that put you on this journey?
Well, he was teaching FPU, and
Well, 4 years ago was the house. We actually bought the house.
Bought the house. Yeah.
But then it was a couple years into that when we got the new job that we started listening to Debt-Free Screams and heard a lot of stories about the $40,000 to $50,000 range that they got it killed out in about a year. And said, let's do that.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
So you were teaching Financial Peace University? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he did some teaching, and that's really what inspired me. We knew we wanted to get out of debt quickly, but when he came home and was telling me all these debt-free screams he was hearing, and we heard a couple basically in our situation, and we were like, we're going to do it.
Let's do it. Game on. Game on. Roll up our sleeves. And then when you start doing that, you start looking around at the income side. Then the health insurance hits and makes you look at changing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Well, good for you guys. And you have 3 kids.
Yeah.
What ages?
They're 5, 4, almost 4, and then 2, and then another one on the way.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And you did all of this with all of those mouths to feed.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty big sacrifice for her because I work evenings, and then with the extra overtime as well, she was at home alone a lot with the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. But now you can get a house payment.
Yeah.
And you can do a lot of stuff now.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Like add a bathroom if you need to.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because you're going to need it with all those kids. That's awesome. Yeah. Very cool, you guys. How's it feel?
It's great. Yeah.
How old are you two?
I just turned 28.
I'll be 30 at the end of the year.
And you don't even have a house payment. You're so weird. It's unbelievable how weird you two are. That's so fabulous. I'm so proud of y'all. Excellent. Excellent. So did you have a lot of detractors while you were doing this, or people cheering you on?
Oh, people definitely cheer us on.
We're definitely considered weird among all the people we know. But, yeah, a lot of people are cheering for us the whole way.
Among your friends and so forth?
Yeah. I have to give a shout-out to my college pastor, Dan Barton. He's watching right now in Flagstaff, Arizona. But he was the one, when we were just engaged, he pretty much forced us to take FPU as a form of pre-marriage. Mm-hmm. And that's probably the best decision we've made our whole life.
Wow.
It was awesome to start marriage on the same team. We were committed to not getting into debt. And even the house, we really pushed to do 20% down. We did a non-conventional mortgage in terms of credit. So we didn't have any credit history in the traditional forms. And I know it's just really cool to see the process go through in marriage and even through having a house and now getting out of debt.
You still got the mortgage, and then you still got the mortgage paid off. Yeah. Well done. Very cool. Very cool. Well, congratulations. All right, so have the kids been practicing their debt-free scream?
Yes.
Good. Well, we've got a copy of Chris Hogan's book for you, Retire Inspired, and that's the next chapter in your story as you guys become millionaires. And so what are their names?
The oldest is Ephraim, and then Coralie and Grayson.
Great. Very cool. Well done. Well done. All right, gang. Joseph and Lisa and the tribe. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. We're debt-free!
Way to go, you guys. Well done. Well done. If you were listening last hour, you heard a couple under 35 with a paid-for house. You just heard a couple under 30 with a paid-for house. And none of them were making like $600,000 a year or anything. They were making money because they're working their butts off in every case. But, oh, my goodness, paid-for houses at that age. You can do anything, you guys. It's amazing how fast money will pile up when you don't have a house payment. I don't know if I could ever do that. Well, Joseph and Lisa just did it, and they started off making $36,000 when they started this plan. Think about that. That's very real. Very real. Jared is with us in Tupelo, Mississippi. Hi, Jared. How are you?
I'm doing great, Dave. How about you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So I'm selling a house, and it's been on the market for a little over 50 days now, and it's had termite problems and foundation issues, which both have been fixed. And so on average, houses in my area come off the market in about 30 days. So I'm just going to ask and see if you have any tips for this certain situation about how to sell my house a little faster.
Okay. So on average, a house sells in 30 days in your neighborhood. Where did you get that information?
I've just been looking on Realtor.com, and my realtor herself said that it's in the average range from about 30 to 35 days or so.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to see the actual number, the DOM number, days on the market, to verify this and make sure you guys aren't guessing at it. But I'm guessing you're probably correct. But if I were you, I'd want to see the fixed number from your realtor. And you're running double that right now. It's 60 days, right?
That's correct.
Okay. But the house has had some dings. Everything's repaired now, but you, in seller disclosure forms, you're probably in your state going to have to tell that it was there, but it's been repaired, correct?
Yes, that's correct. We've disclosed all that information.
Okay. All right. Is the realtor telling you that that's possibly what's slowing this down?
Well, initially when we had our conversation with her, she said that it shouldn't be a problem because houses are moving really fast at the time. But I've spoken with her since then, and she's kind of been not as confident. So things started slowing down initially after the election was over. So I don't know. I'll have to talk with her again, I guess.
Yeah. I guess what I'm asking is why. And is this real estate agent one of our ELPs?
No, she's not.
Okay. Is she someone that sells a lot of houses?
She has. She's, not one of the top.
Well, I mean, does she sell like 30 or 40 or 50 houses a year?
I don't think so.
Okay. If she sells 10 houses a year, this is not who you need handling your house. Okay. You need somebody that moves some volume, and they know they've got a different vibe on the market than somebody that that's doing that. So we don't recommend that. I use high octane, high protein people that get her done. And so sit down and talk to her, and let's find out a little bit about her. If also, I'm asking myself when I stand in the street looking at your house, is there anything wrong with what I'm seeing curb appeal wise? Do we need some bushes trimmed, some landscaping done? And when I walk up to the front door, is it clean? And are the closets cleaned out to where they look small, or they look large rather than crammed full of stuff so they look small? You got too much stuff on your kitchen counters. Have you got the house set up to market is what I'm asking. And did your realtor give you a lot of good insight, input on how to get the house ready for market? If not, again, that may be an indication you needed to change horses. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. It's books everywhere around here right now. We are excited. Christy Wright's Business Boutique book comes out on Monday. Pre-sales are still there if you want to get the bargain and get the $60 worth of stuff. That's a cool idea. And last week we launched the new Graduate Survival Guide, new and updated by Anthony O'Neill and Rachel Cruz. 5 mistakes you can't afford to make in college. 5 mistakes you can't afford to make in college. Anthony O'Neill, Rachel Cruz. Of course, I wrote the foreword. But this book is the book that you give to graduating seniors. It has a DVD in the back, and the book is really pretty. I don't know any other way to say it. Our graphics guys, we spent the money on the interior big time so that it's very visually appealing, stimulating. So, you know, a high school senior is going to sit down and look at this. It's in their language. Anthony really knows how to speak the lingo because he's in the middle of it. He is a great speaker to the youth and Rachel as well. And in the back is the DVD teaching several lessons from Rachel. The 5 mistakes you can't afford to make in college, and Rachel and Anthony both teaching in that. Very well done. Really fun, really funny, really engaging. And a great, great gift for those of you starting to think about what you're going to get for the graduate in your life. It's a good way to do that. Open phones this hour. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Rachel is with us in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
I'm good, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So my husband and I are currently on baby step 2, about to have all of our debt paid off by the end of the summer here.
Good.
And we're very excited for that. But our goal for our family, we don't have any children yet, but would like for me to be a stay-at-home mom when that time comes, and living off of my husband's salary, and he's a teacher. We don't really foresee, we're renting right now, started to buy a house, and I actually called into you, and you talked me out of it. So we actually backed out of buying a house before we paid off all of our debt.
Good.
And now we are just unsure as to if we're able to buy a house, save up our emergency fund, and have me stay at home. And when we tell people the idea of us renting for probably the next few years, people keep telling us it's a really bad idea.
People are broke and stupid. Why do we listen to people about anything?
Okay.
I don't listen to people about anything. People live average, typical, average lives. I don't want to be average. I'm not going to listen to people. People have all kinds of opinions, but they're wrong because look at their life. I mean, when broke people are making fun of your financial plan, you are right on track.
Okay.
This is the thing to remember. So, no, I don't give a crap what people say. But the thing is this, what is smart in your mind and what you've got to come to is that conclusion. And the thing is, if you want to be at home with the babies, which is your plan, then you guys have got to stay out of debt. You've got to have that emergency fund because an emergency will push you back into the workplace. Debt will push you back into the workplace. Buying a home that you can't afford will push you into the workplace, and you're trying to avoid that. And so, it's tough. It's tough to do this, but is it possible? What does your husband make?
He makes about $45 right now.
Okay. All right. And so what you guys have got to start to do is say, all right, we're going to get these things pushed out of the way, the debt pushed out of the way, the emergency fund, and then we're going to save up our down payment, and then we're going to buy. And it's going to take just a little bit of time, but, you've got the ability to do it. And you don't have a baby at this point, so there's no reason for both of you not to work like crazy people and hit these goals so that you're able to do this to live your version of the dream, right?
Yes.
So you're on track. Don't just, you just have to be careful about looking around at average, typical, mediocre people and letting them set your standards.
Okay.
Yeah, you just can't do it. I mean, because most people aren't able to own a home, be debt-free, and stay at home with their kids while their husband makes $45,000 a year. Most people aren't able to do that, but you can do it. You've got to follow the stuff we're talking about exactly, or you won't be able to do it, but you can do it. It's doable. It's reachable. Sonia is with us in Cincinnati. Hi, Sonia. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great.
Good. How can I help?
I'm calling because my husband and I are wondering where we need to focus our efforts in relation to the baby steps with PMI. We are currently in baby step 3. We actually just completed baby step 2. We're a single income family. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Good.
And we purchased a home, obviously, prior to doing the Dave Ramsey plan, and we hear people talking about baby step 3B. We're not really doing 3B because we're already in a house.
Exactly.
What exactly do we need?
Well, that could be where you would want to attack. But here's where you would attack getting rid of PMI. And the way you get rid of PMI is your house has to have a mortgage on it of less than 80% of the value, and you have to prove that by hiring an appraiser that is acceptable to your mortgage company, and pay for the appraisal to get that done, and then the PMI will be dropped. If it's a conventional Fannie Mae loan, that's how you would do it. So what do you owe on the home?
We currently still owe about $164,000.
And what is the house worth today, do you think?
It fluctuates between $197,000 and $2,009, depending on, I guess, the current comps that have sold.
Okay.
So, and we checked into refund. We have a 30-year mortgage. We checked into changing it to a 15-year, but our interest rate would stay the same.
No need to do that. Yeah, you can just pay it down faster. Okay. Well, you're pretty close. I mean, if you can get to 205 as far as an appraisal goes, you'd be at 80% loan to value, and I think that'll probably clear your PMI. Check with your mortgage company and make sure that happens. But before I spring for the appraisal, I'd want to know that I can hit that 205 with the appraisal, because that's where you'd need to be with a 164 loan balance. So if you need to pay down extra on it, you can do it at baby step 3B, because you're pretty close. I mean, you throw $5,000 at this thing, it's going to help it a lot.
Okay. So, but still make sure we get a fully funded emergency fund.
Yes.
Before we proceed into attacking PMI.
Yeah, I probably would. Here's the thing. You, in a sense, are doing it all anyway, because baby step 4 is 15% of your income going into retirement. 5 is kids' college, and 6 is pay extra on the house above those two things as much as you can.
Okay.
You do all 3 of those simultaneously anyway.
Okay.
And so you could do that. But if you paid it down just $4,000 down to $160, then you only have to get an appraisal for $200.
Okay.
See, so it starts to affect it pretty dramatically. I mean, you pay this down $10,000, it's a shoe-in. And so if you want to pause a little bit here at baby step 3B and not move on to 4, 5, 6 and knock it out, by focusing on it, that's fine. What is your household income?
Our household income is gross $115,000, so we net approximately $7,300 a month.
Gotcha. And how much debt have you paid off, and how long did it take you?
We paid off $119,000 in 11 months.
Wow!
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
You must have had some other money, though, that you threw out that. That doesn't add up.
No, we actually had a condo that we moved from a condo, left it sit unoccupied without renters, and we purchased another home thinking that it would sell quickly, and then the market kind of changed after we got into another mortgage. So,
ouch.
So we carried 2 mortgages for approximately 20
some
months.
of that 100 and something you paid off. So how much debt have you paid off out of cash flow in the past 6 months?
$60. Half of it, the condo took
in
care
6
of
months.
Yes. No, in
a year.
Yeah. In the whole year. Yes.
All right. So let's just use that formula. Okay. That means you could pay off $15,000 on this mortgage in about 4 months.
Okay.
If you did that, you easily are going to be able to refinance. I mean, not refinance. Get this house reappraised and get rid of PMI. So yeah, I'd do a baby step 3B because you can do it so quickly, and you'll just knock it out. You'll be ready to do a reappraisal to prove that you're at 80% loan to value. Hey, thanks for listening, Sonia. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey guys, it's Kelly Daniel, associate producer and phone screener for the Dave Ramsey Show, and you're in with Dave. That's right, if you want to get to Dave, you got to go through me first. Hey, this hour of the show is over, but you can find each 40-minute podcast on iTunes or Google Play. We're everywhere for free.
Hey guys, this is Dave Ramsey reminding you to catch the Dave Ramsey Show live on our YouTube channel weekdays from